yet another episode of the Girlfriend Shenanigans. Of course, you've got myself, Martha here, and
Benedict Hampshire.
And we've got
Omoife.
And then and all four of us together will be bantering. We are your girlfriends. Of course, and it's always an amazing time. But first, before we get into the business of today, have you watched the last video? If you haven't, please click this link, follow this link. Now go check out all of our previous episodes on the Girlfriend Shenanigans and the Girlfriend Show, of course. And like, subscribe, share to your friends, comment down below, and let us know what your thoughts are about the stories and the issues that we've raised up over there. Now over to today's conversation. Girls, are you ready?
Of course.
Yeah. Now, the conversation is like this. A lot of people will say, I know different strokes for different folks, yeah? And people have their own preferences, whatever it's been called.
Okay.
Now, do you think that dating in your 20s, or I shouldn't say 20s, do you think dating when you're younger and dating when you're older, between the two, which do you think is preferable? Which would you advise, someone to do, dating younger or dating older?
Who's opening the floor, though?
Why are you all quiet?
We're still thinking about it. I mean, when you ask questions like this, you go back to your early 20s and you're like, okay, who was I dating when I was 20? And you now come back to the present and you're like, who am I dating now that I'm 30? So, Effie, open the floor.
Okay, tell us. Over to you. Yeah. The nomination is over to you. Tell us.
Well, for me, there's this popular saying, the older the berry, the sweeter the juice, right? So I actually dated in my 20s and I have a lot of regrets.
Oh.
Right, but I'm not going to talk about those regrets because it's not even worth it.
Okay.
Yes, but in my 30s, I think the ball game has changed completely, and I'm enjoying it, especially for the
What
fact
are we
that
enjoying?
everything. It comes with everything.
Okay.
Everything, if you know what I mean.
Everything. Why did you demonstrate that with your hand?
Just let me know how I
So
demonstrate that.
basically,
No,
she's
now.
getting everything, including the hand jobs. But yes, let's go.
Jesus Christ. How did this land there? But anyways,
last week I was not here, and somehow I missed the whole conversation, the whole controversy. And right now, I feel like
You're back.
I am back. So for me, jokes apart, I think it's actually more fun dating in your 30s because for me, in my 30s now, I feel like I am more informed. I've actually explored, so many options in my 20s. And like I said earlier, I have regrets, right? And now in my 30s, I've been able to make, informed decisions, with respect or regards to who I'm with, or how I'm going to sail this ship that I'm actually on at the moment. So for me, in your 30s, it is more, you know what you want. It's actually fixated. You're not there to play games. I mean, who wants to play games in their 30s? But in your 20s, you can be with Kunle and still be,
late 20s?
Late 20s. What difference does it make? Well, I feel even at the age of 29, you still feel like you're in your 20s. So you still want to explore some options, but at 30, reality actually sets in, and you're now like, God, oh.
Okay, so let's hear you, Cassandra.
Well, I would say that it's when you grow older, priorities begin to change. I think there are priorities in different age sets. When you're younger, the priorities are different. When you're older, the priorities are also different. So in your younger age, you are more advised to focus on school, be more of your books, your studies, and all of that to make your parents proud. You have to bring that certificate home, all of the A's, no B's. But in your 30s, I think you are more independent to make more choices for yourself. But that is not to say that you will not still see shaking.
Obviously,
because shaking is not
breakfast
restricted. Yes, because you could experience that love that you need in your younger age. You could still experience it in your older age. I say this because it's very possible that even as you are older, when you think, you have all of the experiences, you're going to make better decisions, there is still a possibility that you will still be more vulnerable. I say you're vulnerable because as you are older, the priority now is to settle down. And you are more open to fall victim to someone that doesn't like you.
Pressure.
Because they know that, this lady is now of marriageable age. So let me come under the guise of I want to settle down. And then before you know it, you're going all out for them. And that is why you see that most, by that time, okay, maybe your 30s, it's likely you are already working class, you have so much to your name. And then you now see some young ladies will now start, trying to even do so much, overplay their roles in the lives of these men that are in their lives. They'll now say, okay, they'll even buy a car for you, they'll do this one, just because they want to make you feel like, to feel comfortable with them. So for me, I would say that vulnerability does not end. The only thing that could help you is not entirely age, even though age comes with experience. But the only thing that could help you maybe is the grace of God and the spirit of discernment. Yes.
The grace of God.
For you to be able to discern what is good or who is good for you.
Okay.
Because you could be in your 20s and still make a very perfect decision about dating.
All right.
someone.
So to
Or
you,
you could be in your 30s and still make a bad decision.
okay. So which would you prefer, dating in your 20s or dating in your 30s?
For me, I don't think, because there are things I wish I knew better when I was 20. There are things I still wish I know now that I know. And sometimes I even wish I could go back to when I was younger. Because I feel like those things, as you grow older, you know, like when you even know, like you know everything. It even puts you in a more, I don't know how to describe it, you are more pressured to let this person not take advantage of me. You're more conscious.
Trust issues.
Yes, I enjoy the vulnerability that comes with not knowing, the ignorance that comes with not knowing it. You are more
behavior.
Yes, so you are more willing to take more steps. I'm not saying that knowledge that comes with your older age is not good. It's good, but you're being too careful not to leap. You're going and not. But so for me, it's not age restricted. I enjoyed my 20s and I still like where I am.
I was about to say that.
All right, so
like life has been rosy with you also.
Not really. Didn't you hear when she said she learned lessons? Okay, hold on. Let's have
Did she lay emphasis on the
Did you
lesson?
lay emphasis on all
When I said
the hand job?
that's to tell you the level of shade I saw.
Who took you there?
Who took me there?
Did your mommy know?
It's my two left leg that took me there.
And your passion. Okay, so here's the thing. Yeah? I get where everybody's coming from. When you're older, you've gotten wiser. So obviously, dating in your 30s should be fun. But I feel like the best love affairs that we have are those ones that we have when we are still young, when we are still hopeful, when there is passion. When you get older, you become so strict, so serious. Like you start seeing all the red flags. Sometimes we walk in and we're like, oh, this is a red flag, this is a red flag. Your younger self did not really care.
If it's a red,
Your younger self, it was basically love for you.
Your younger self was focused on love. Your older self isn't really focused on love. It's more like you're focused on what's the end. And sometimes when you're focused on the end product, you lose out on what's in front of you. So personally, I would say that dating in my younger years, it was more exciting. Right now, relationships are not exciting anymore. Everybody's just so serious.
Okay.
So would I want to go back to the 20s kind of myself? Obviously I would, because we are too serious now.
Okay.
And when you try to be open, to be free, people will like, do you know how old you are?
Okay.
So
Have you, before we go on with that, have you ever thought about the reason that people get that stiff-necked when they are older? Have you ever
I've seen a lot.
Have you ever thought about the reason that people have these trust issues when they're older?
it's those experiences that you've garnered.
Exactly my point.
Sometimes it's better not to experience so much.
So
go
you
back
see,
to when we were younger.
That's the reason I'm going to
they're
say
not
that.
putting you too
That's the
much.
reason I'm going to say that dating at your older age gives you advantage. And here's my reason. We have to, I feel like I say it all the time, that we have too many damaged people in the society. And people carry on the baggage of what they have experienced from other relationships and from other people, you know. And this is because a lot of people get into relationships that they're not prepared for. You need to be prepared for something. I don't know about anybody, but I feel like before I can make a resolute decision to say, this is what I'm going to be doing. I need to be prepared for it. When I was going to turn 25, I already told myself I was going to get married at the age of 25. But then I already had suitors, a number of them, from 22 or earlier than that. I was going to get married at that age. That was the benchmark. And I think every girl at some point wanted to marry at 25.
Okay.
But what I noticed was, at 25, I was depending on my mother to make that decision. And here's why. I said at 25, because I come from a system where, I know it's not so good, but I come from a system where it's mostly arranged, I know this person, marry this person. It's usually like that where I'm from. And then I knew that when it got to that time, it's not going to be something that will be scarce when I want to get married, And so I said, okay, at 25, whoever came at that time, and my mother has spoken to that person, if she okays that relationship, I'll get married. And I was going to get married until, when in the midst of all of that, my mom passed. Do you get that? And I'm thinking about that relationship now. I know that I would have never been able to be a good wife to that person that I got married to. And that's not because I'm not a good person. That's because I haven't met myself yet.
I haven't discovered yourself.
I haven't met myself yet. When it came to when we are talking about relationships, because in school I was not the go to party, it was just a straight route for me. So I never really experienced all of those things. At that time, if I had made the mistake of marrying at that time, I would have probably been divorced by now. And that's because it was just basically what everybody wants. But right now, it's about what I want. If you hear me say, I've never said I wanted to get married. I was crazy about it until last year. If you hear me say I want to get married, it's because I really want it. And I know what I want. But I wouldn't have known that time. Anything would have just gone for me. Imagine you being in a house where the person does not allow you to discover yourself. I probably wouldn't even be practicing any profession right now.
Yeah, you'd be a full-time housewife.
Yes, you are getting married to somebody who feels that a woman should not be working because you are going to give the woman everything. So why does the woman need to work?
But it still begs the question that when you are older, your focus is on marriage, not on exploring.
It's not necessarily
my focus right now is not on marriage.
Because we have people in their 20s.
You're looking at, is this person a future partner?
No,
that is how it feels.
You heard what she said. At the age of 25, she had already made up her mind that she would get married at the age of 25. So it's not necessarily about, being in your 20s or being in your 30s.
To just
and also, you talked about the innocence.
Right now, it's looking like, okay, if I'm marrying, he has to be husband material. Before you think about husband material, how does he make you feel?
But that's it for me. That's it. That is now I know that that's what I want. That's why. Because now I know
in your 30s just means that you want to marry. That's
it's not just because you want to get married.
No,
it's not like you've been able to discover yourself.
With my decisions.
Exactly.
Do I want a guy that I cannot speak to? No, I don't. Would I have known that before? No, I wouldn't.
She said something.
When you're dating when you're younger, you're exploring. But now that you're making, hold on, you don't get damaged. You don't get damaged. You don't have trust issues because you are exploring. But right now, everybody is so focused. I'm in my 30s. This person has to tick all the boxes.
What is there to explore in your 30s for God's sake?
Enjoy yourself. You guys are not dating.
Let's explain what enjoyment. Let's explain what kind of enjoyment.
Enjoy yourself.
Cassandra is saying life begins at 40. So is it safe to explore even in your 40s?
Are you saying that because you're in your 30s, you can no longer explore?
Now, my point now is, you said something earlier that it speaks more about, innocence, ignorance and all of that.
Wild and free.
Yes.
So
because for you, it was love at that point in time. But let's be realistic. I believe some of us actually, we have some boys that were,
you guys are making relationships conditional.
Hold on a minute.
That's not how it's supposed to be.
Conditional.
Hold on a minute.
That way. Because you guys are making it look like,
realize over the years that love is not enough.
All right. So why do you think it's conditional? How do you let's just hear
like right now, the way you guys are making it look, he has to be this, he has to be that. Before people get to know each other. But right now, you guys are not focused on getting to know the person. You guys are just waiting.
oh, red flag, oh, green flag. Like, come on now.
The person you were with in your younger, when you were still in your 20s, why are you no longer with the person?
I think that the thing
Every relationship has its up and down.
I
So you guys are making you look like, oh, every relationship should be green.
For me, the red flags we're talking about, they've been there from 1960s.
I think the thing is
whether
that
in your
age
20s or
comes
not.
with a definition. It's not just about marriage.
It's not about marriage.
As you are growing
really.
older, maybe not for everyone, but as people grow older, I think for the majority, they are beginning to define so many things. I think just the other day I saw Cecilia me talking about the fact that she wants to know if she's a content creator, whether she's a YouTuber, an influencer, because she's been doing this content for a very long time. But imagine her trying to know what she is exactly. Because at some point she wants to redirect her life.
Yeah.
She wants to know what exactly the path she's on. And I think that it's not just peculiar to marriage. It has to do with other aspects of your life as well. Because even when it comes to career, that's when you see that sometimes people start with a certain profession, and by the time they are growing older, they switch to another one. Because I don't think
Priorities
that
change.
it's not constant.
Change.
The only thing in life that is constant is change.
Yeah.
So I think that it's not as if every relationship I'm getting into in my 30s or after my 30s is about marriage, but it has to be different. It has to be different, and that is why we were talking about the fact that we all, I like the fact that I was younger, there was innocence, I would just be free, vulnerable. That ignorance.
And that is the thing. Nobody wants to be vulnerable. How do you say you want to love somebody and you're not ready to give your all?
Let me tell you something. Let's talk about this vulnerability. This vulnerability that
you can't be vulnerable in your 30s like that.
Hold on. In your 20s,
let your guards down in your 30s.
In your
like that.
20s,
vulnerability, you are still vulnerable, but it's restricted.
In your 20s, right? You could go to a party in the process of
what's stopping you from partying
No,
now?
hold on. In the process of
but you know that
in the process of partying, your drink is spiked, you do stupid stuff, and you get away with it. And at 30, I know that. If I want
missionary style?
No, if at 30 I know that if I want to have sex with somebody, it's because I want to do it. Not because I'm at a party and everybody's doing it. Not because it's just your priorities.
You guys are too serious in your 30s.
No. Tell me that, for instance, a girl or a teen that got pregnant when she was in secondary school.
Is that what she wants for herself?
Wait, now would she be more? And now
I feel like right now, baby mama is now
who is likely to
more in control.
Right now, people actually want to be baby mamas. Like, come on.
Okay.
Right now, people want to be baby mamas than marriage.
People who even want to be baby mamas in their 30s, they haven't thought about this.
You cannot
if we don't end it here, we just might never end it. That kind of stuff. This kind of topic hits home, and I'm sure that you all can relate to it. And that is why we'll be redirecting you a YouTube channel, of course, at Eagles FM Abuja. Go on there, click on the Girlfriend Show, comment down below. Let us know what you think. Dating in your 20s or dating in your 30s?
Be honest.
Be honest. What do you prefer? Which do you prefer? Dating in your 20s or dating in your 30s? Do let us know.
Are you dating for love or you're dating because you want to marry?
Whatever
Think about it.
Tell us underneath this video. Thank you so much and bye.
Bye.
See you next time.